Welcome to the Three Man Podcast. My name's Kai.
My name's Vic.
My name's Daniel.
And we're going to be talking about the California fires today.
California wildfires, man, they're wild.
They are wild. You see what's going on, Vic?
It's actually really bad. What I've seen
And
over TikTok and the news.
half the
It's
place
terrible.
is burnt down, crisp.
But there was also a lot of fake news about how the Hollywood sign was burnt down.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, nothing happened to it.
Really?
From seeing the pictures.
Well,
and
so
everything
far
like
nothing,
that.
yeah.
That's true.
No, that just explains America in general. If they see a problem with like a specific county, then the highlight of that county is either destroyed or vandalized.
True. They take anything they want from any other country.
Next thing you know, it's a hit. Next thing you know, it's a hit film.
Mm.
But what do you think about what this is going to have, what kind of impact this is going to have upon the life, the animals, you know what I mean?
The animals. Well, as we know, the forests are burning down till this minute, so a lot of animals are getting burned to death, and there's nothing we can really do about it. I know there has been some people who are trying to save the wild animals and all. Some are saved, some were heavily injured, and they were taken to the what do you call it?
It's going to have a big impact though as well, having a lot of,
The
there's going to be a lot of
ecosystems and all.
a lot of migrations for a lot of animals changing up places, especially with that recent
Change of habitats. and-
Yeah, exactly, and especially with the recent storm that's come over from America. What was it, a heat wave or something that drifted over? And
But it wasn't from America.
Wasn't it?
If the heat wave happened in America.
Oh no, that's the storm. That's
Oh, the storm.
The storm that's headed in tomorrow.
But it's coming to us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
it's
mean.
us,
But
yeah.
it came it
Oh,
drifted
yeah,
over
yeah.
from a different country.
But the reason why the fire started, there was a fire somewhere, and the wind started blowing it away. And yeah. So
Oh, yeah,
if
yeah.
that happens here, same story. Well,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
really. There's not that many forests, and also it shouldn't not really happen.
We wouldn't be near as dry as America. We're quite.
Even if there would be a fire with rain in here, 100%. So
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah, no. Here in the UK, you get a shower every half hour.
That's true. It would be quickly well managed, so it wouldn't get to that point that America's in, since their land is basically just dry and bush. So
No, sure. It's California. It's California too. Like it's one of the hotter states, and
but yeah, but that's what I mean though. The weather is the reason why there's a lot of dry things, and which has caused everything to burn up so quickly. I mean, they weren't able to take control of it earlier on, so
yeah. The crazy part is like there's so many like expensive houses in there. I saw a thing on the news about how a $3 million villa burnt down.
Hopefully he probably does have insurance though, because
that's true.
he's rich and he 100% has insurance, as most people in California with expensive houses.
Damn, imagine decking up a house for $3 million just to have it burnt.
So of course you're gonna have insurance. Like,
Yeah. Well,
Some people
like to
even-
invest in that, you know what I mean?
Some people even have insurances when, let's say, they buy a brand new car.
Like I even seen some live streamers with some streamers having to actually like they were sitting outside showing the fires because they lived in California, and they were like getting called talking about how they gotta move and stuff. So
But of course,
Yeah,
like
it is.
the people who have like insurances on their cars, the brand new ones, they
Mhm.
of course have the most expensive insurance. Which even if, let's say, a branch falls and it's just a wee scratch, they would not have to pay for themselves, and the insurance would take care of it. But of course, that insurance is like really expensive. But if you have a brand new car, it's worth investing.
true. Also depends where you're going, because if you're out like I don't know where exact or how far the forest fires have like stretched. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's like near towns or kind of just in like the countryside, like half of a country. Like,
I'm pretty sure
forests
there's next
burning
to the
down.
towns. and
Oh well, if it's next to a town, then yeah, I can see that happening. Because I was actually kind of hoping that it was more of a isolated area, so cars wouldn't get nearly as
And
affected,
also, like, see with the insurance thing, like, another point would be, let's say you're parked next to a shop, and
Mhm.
some kid opens the door and hits your car,
Yeah.
and there's a wee scratch. Insurance take cares of it. So the rich people, 100%, I think, have insurances on cars. So if a brand new car costs 100K and a house costs 3 million, as Daniel mentioned, it's 100% that he
Yeah, it's-
has insurance.
it's
so
more
that's
likely
the
they
good
paid for it fully
Yeah.
rather than with having all that money.
thing. Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Daniel?
But this insurance, it's gonna take a while, and for a while these rich people are gonna have to move somewhere else.
That's true.
Well,
Like-
if you're rich, that won't be a big problem, but understandably
lot of
for the
hassle.
poor people, which
Yeah, a lot of poor people are more stuck and having the wreckage of just seeing like, I think there has been a few times that have been hit, like there's a bunch of wreckage and
like what will the people do who, let's just say they're paying off their house, which is let's say $200,000, and let's just say they paid half of it already. They don't have insurance on their house, and the house burns down, so that means they just lost 100K, and they still have to pay the rest of the 100K. So that's the bad thing for the poor people.
you know, you're right.
No, the crazy thing is the journalists took photos of the fire. It looks like an apocalypse.
It really does. It really does. I've seen pictures of on the ground afterwards. It literally looks like something out of like a zombie film, like complete ruin. It looks like.
Yeah, it looks like that. It looks like that fake shit back when people were saying the year 2000 is going to be the end of the world.
Pretty much, yeah. Just everybody panicking and doing all that stuff, like.
Or
It's crazy.
2012, the movie. You
Oh
ever
yeah,
watched it?
yeah. I've seen a lot of natural disaster movies. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't deny them.
Yeah, it's good when it's done right. Like
That's true.
have you ever watched the day after tomorrow?
I've heard of it.
I think
so
I have as
I'll
well.
watch it.
Yeah, there's a chance I might have watched it.
It is Benedict Cumberbatch in it.
What is it?
Benedict Cumberbatch. He acts as Doctor Strange.
Oh, the actor,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, he's in that movie.
Oh, I don't know
No,
that.
I don't really know.
Have you seen San Andreas?
Ah, yeah,
Yeah?
yeah,
That's a
seen
good
it.
one.
Or the 2000, it's called 2012, but where, let's just say in China, they were building the ships to keep the people and animals and all, and we're all...
Noah's Ark, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
That's the thing. America loves if there's a flood, they build a boat, and it specifically has a code name Ark. It could be based off Noah's Ark.
That's what they'll go for, I suppose.
And they don't want to make the Christians pissed.
No, Americans are a joke.
But,
I think anyway.
but either way, the fires are they're not stopped, I think.
Nah, they're gonna keep rampaging. Like
They're much more better, like more controlled now, I
they're
believe.
more controlled, but it's to the point where it started off slowly, spread it out, and now it's covering a wide scale area. In which, yeah, I get that there's helicopters flying by, dropping buckets of water on it, but like, there's too much of a widespread area that it's like, they can go and fully take the fire out of one complete area. By the time they've done that, the fire's already spread from this one spot to like somewhere else. So I just think it's too much. It would be a lot of work. They've really got to get it under control. Like,
It'll also be expensive to rebuild that.
yeah, they've lost a lot from this.
Florida's gonna look at this say first time.
Mhm.
First time for their boys.
So I believe that's enough for this topic. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah.
So what's your opinion about also Squid Game? Because our fans on YouTube wanted us to talk about Squid Game.
Squid Game is an interesting one. Like I love the first season. I love the first
The
season.
first season.
Yeah, first season it was pretty good. Like
Yeah.
Korean films and series is just taken over Netflix at that point, and then season 2 comes in and I'm just confused.
Yeah, I was left off the same way. Season 1 was brilliant. Absolutely loved it. Was leaving it off in a way that I thought, like, to be honest, I didn't really think that they needed a season 2. I thought it was kind of perfect because it was pretty good. Season 2 left it off with your main character, like, the first episode, him trying to get back in the game and fix it. Why? You have like 50 billion in an apartment room. Why?
But also, like, when I watched season 2, it made me want to watch season 1 again.
Did it?
That's what I
Really?
really like it.
Shit.
But season 3 should be interesting because it
I know.
left us a cliffhanger. in
Yeah,
season 2.
But that's what I mean. I think because I know season 1 was good. Season 2 it was more fun for games. You've seen it all, yeah.
Yeah.
Both of you, yeah. So it was more. In my opinion, the games were more fun, and the front man being in it and just celebrating it with
Yeah.
everybody was fun. Same with Thanos. That guy, he was funny. But
Just
like,
that he died from before.
yeah,
He
but
should have had more character
that's-
development.
yeah, I thought he was gonna stick around a lot longer, probably to the end. But to be honest, when the switch up towards the end of the season 2, it kind of threw me off. So I know season 3 is supposed to be like a banger, but season 2 is a meh for me.
So hopefully season 3 is gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
But
yeah.
it should be good.
Like I heard a wee few things on
It
it.
said that they're gonna keep the watchers crying at the end of season 3. So
I love how the antagonist of season 2 is just a guy with perks.
Who are we talking about?
You know, purple hair.
Oh right,
Thanos.
Thanos. Yeah. He is quite funny. Like he's been quite the.
he was like a menace.
Yeah, but he's quite the Klein in a sense. He's.
But we also found out that he doesn't act out from his own choices, but because of the drugs he took.
What was this from?
From season 2, Thomas. Like,
Remind me. It's been a while.
well, he had a wee, I think it was a cross in his neck, and when he opened it, there was
Ah,
pills
yes,
and
you're right.
Yeah, the perks.
Yeah. Which made him take the drugs. And yeah.
No, you're right. You're right.
So if he didn't have them drugs, he would have been a normal character, most likely.
And he also
but he
should-
would have been super stressed. He would have not been
Sure.
dancing around when people are dying.
He was so lax. There was
Uh-huh.
quite the funny side though, and he also shared his little pills with his friend, didn't he? I wonder what happened to them at the end, if they were taken in after he died, or if they're still laying on the floor.
The thing is with his death, like it is known.
Was he in the bathroom, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's where he got
Yeah.
stabbed in before, but it didn't show that, let's say, he died on the charts.
Mm.
No. So it might be, some people are saying he might be alive in season 3 and that he survived. Maybe the guards helped him, as we know.
There's a chance, yeah.
Mm.
There's some weird things.
In
going
season
on.
1, one character was with the 2 guards because he was a doctor, and remember he was like cutting off the bodies or something like that.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I can't remember that.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen season 1 now.
But anyway, season 3 is out in what, 2020? The end of 25?
Oh, really?
This is the start.
That's quite good.
I think, yeah.
Now, while we talk about Squid Games, while we talk about the Beast Games, Mr. Beast Squid Games, 5 mil a pot.
Oh yeah, 5 mil for living the time, custom made time thing.
Yeah, to like win the entire thing.
Yeah.
Never watched, don't watch Mr. Beast to be honest.
I haven't-
grew out of it, if you know what I mean.
I'm kind of the same. I watched him when he was doing, like, I watched him back when he was sending cars at big bowling pins, which was quite funny. But kind of grew out of it a while back. But recently these challenges have just come out, just blown out of proportion. I just think he's obviously spending a lot on this. Like, how do you go from having, he's got 100 people living in a town he made, and.
But also think about it, the amount of money he spends, he probably gets it back from YouTube, like from the videos.
True. It doesn't even. I don't think he's ever really put ads in his videos either.
Only the
Remember?
ads which are like the YouTube
Yeah,
ads, which
yeah,
is
like
like
the
a
first
bit-
one.
No, well he also does do ad sponsors.
Sponsors,
Yeah, he
but
does,
they're,
but
they're like his brands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
like-
sometimes it's not just his, but they're quick ones. So
Yeah.
then
I remember watching him just like do a full ad while someone's like in a mid crisis,
Oh, yeah.
about to lose like hundreds of thousands.
They kind of always do that, right?
it's a
When
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
No, there's just like one guy who was like trying to defend his money, and then it just focused on Mr. Beast advertising blue TD6.
Well, TD6.
Yeah.
Tower
Mm-hmm.
Tower 6, really?
Yeah.
Jeez. That's a good game. Can't blame it.
Well, but to be honest, the Squid Game was a good show. Even though, like, some people say it was weird to have the front man and all, but it was interesting. Like,
I mean, they did that with the season 1 as well. The only problem I have is that both of them retain number 1. So does that mean in the 3rd season, player number 1 is most likely going to be?
no, the 3rd season, remember, it's going to be...
Oh, it's
continued,
taken
yeah,
off
yeah.
from season 2, but that's what I mean. Season 2 ended off with a few people sitting in the
Waiting to get
yeah,
shots.
yeah, pretty much back to the room. And they're
Player
all just
4, wait, the main character was player 497, is it?
4, 5,
6.
456, yeah, him. So it was him on his knees with his best friend. Probably,
Didn't his friend get shot?
it didn't show. No.
Oh.
But probably, I think we're gonna see either somebody's gonna go and save them, and the front man with all his wee pink people are gonna run away,
Mm.
or the Well, 100%, 456. He's not gonna get shot because he's the main character. He just
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
die right now. But yeah,
But I don't understand. I just from his. Why would you go back in a game into the game
Well,
having all that money?
I believe he wanted to stop the games. That's why, and he didn't see his life carrying on with the dirty money, because he called it the rich dirty money.
That's yeah. Actually, that's a very good point. I was thinking about that.
Any other topics we need to discuss?
Um,
We could talk about how the UK is gonna face the storm tomorrow.
we can.
As we know, Sainsbury's is closed.
Well, I'm not too sure.
Colleges are closed though.
Yeah, colleges
pretty
are
sure.
closed. I do part time in Sainsbury's, by the way, so that's what that was about.
Yeah.
But basically, I don't know the storm name, but it's supposed to hit tomorrow. I had checked it out, and it was given for like 70 miles per hour winds, or
Yeah.
up to 100 or up to 90, I think. So
Hopefully it won't be too bad. It won't cause any
Well,
damages to
um,
cars.
I'm not too sure.
Our
because
properties
Northern
and all.
Ireland's been given the red
Yeah, so
warning.
there should be.
So there is good chance for a lot of damage, and it's not too often to see a tree knocked
So
down.
make sure if you have garages and all to put
Yeah.
your cars and everything safe.
I thought the warnings were yellow, like yellow all across Northern Ireland.
I
That
think
was-
it's red now.
that
They
was
changed
yesterday.
it. Yeah.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, they changed it to red because, well, it's coming up soon.
Also look after your pets and all. 'cause
Yeah,
they
get
can
them-
run away.
Get
from-
them in as well. You can't be having them out in that storm. That's too cruel.
Yeah, my lazy cat will give a shit.
Don't want that thing blown away anyway. I'll have all my pets inside. Can't risk any of it. Even the big dog, and he's a headache.
Yeah, well, that's what you have to do. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you do. But this
Well, surely those students will be happy because they don't have
they've no school. They're off for the day.
they don't have like big properties. So.
Yeah.
But parents will be panicking for their cars. And everything.
And even the people that have to get to work on that day might be in some trouble.
Well, if schools are closed, shops are closed, I believe
don't
some
know.
employers will be.
Yeah, some
But not all, of course.
Yeah.
Factory employers and all won't be. doing
like
that.
given the location for my work, it's not too far, so they might think that I should be in, but this storm, from what I can see, is going to be devastating, and I can't be risking having to walk over there.
Yes, you don't
So
drive.
I
think,
do not drive, yeah. So unless they want me to blow away, I don't know what they want.
Or
man.
unless they give you double pay, then you're gonna find yourself there probably. Like most likely, it's.
Yeah, well, if they raised it, but like, the question is it worth it? Like, if they're offering me double the pay to come in, there's a good chance that means that there's practically no workers in, which means I'll be doing twice the work, although I'm getting twice the pay. Does that make it worth it? To me, fuck no. I'm a lazy. I cannot be asked.
No, but if you do it though, you could get promoted though.
Well, not.
There's
That's
no-
not
there's
how it works.
Even in Sainsbury's, if I got a promotion, this promotion does not go anywhere. In my opinion, I just need to kind of get moving on. This is only a part-time. I'm not serious about it whatsoever. So yeah, I'm just doing it for an income.
Are you working, Daniel, by any chance?
I'm looking right
Looking
now.
for-
Like
it's hard to
I
find
have
a
worked.
part-time
I
job.
have worked at other jobs.
Mhm.
Like I worked at a store. It didn't really go well. I worked at another wee store, but it was only just for a small time because another worker was away for a friend's wedding.
Story time as well. What happened with the store that it didn't go very well?
I just didn't like working
Didn't
there.
like it.
Didn't like it at all. And
Yeah, but for young people, part-time jobs are super hard to find right now because most jobs just want you to work full-time, or if you can't do it, then they just don't.
Yeah, and they just require you to come in, or some places actually, rather than giving you a schedule, just decide to message you whenever they want to have you come in. Which I think
Even
is
though you give your
Yeah.
schedule, they
like if you could be like I am in tech, but see, Sainsbury's doesn't do it, but other places do, and you could be in tech or whatever and have a message saying, here, I need you in like 2 hours, or do you want to shift in 2 hours? Like, that's a bit messed up. I think it's not the best. It's better to have a schedule.
I'm pretty sure about 15-mile radius from where we live, there's only one factory which offers from a job from 5:30 to 10:30, but as we know, it's full straight away.
Oh yeah.
So it is hard for young people.
It is hard for a lot of people to get jobs around small towns like this.
Yeah.
So it's usually a lot of people having to get the drive in, which is why it's seen as such a big thing.
What I find is the best way to find it to get a job is to just like sort of spread word. Like if you have connections and stuff, you could talk to people and maybe they could offer you
Yeah.
jobs.
Well, connections
with
help
rate.
everybody every time, really. to be
Yeah,
honest.
connections are really good to have. Sometimes they don't go anywhere. I've had that. I've tried to leave. I had a connection and I tried to get a job down that route, but wasn't able to. So.
Yeah, sure. Both my jobs were connections.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. The first one it was actually owned by my auntie,
Mm.
and the second one was a friend of my dad's. And I've also chatted with a guy before.
Oh, pretty cool.
So, anything else that we want to talk about? No. Well, we covered all the topics that have been asked for.
Well, while we were talking about disasters, do you know any good disaster films?
San Andreas.
San Andreas.
Andreas.
2012.
Yeah. There's actually a good few.
As we already mentioned, like.
Yeah. I
There's
don't know what
also
else.
you guys ever watched The Core?
Yeah.
I have not.
I
I
watched
might
it.
have, but don't remember the name.
Basically how just the story goes is Earth stops moving, like a whole bunch of shit goes down on the surface. So a bunch of people try to drill all the way down to the core to reset it.
What about
That
what's
is
that
the
we?
wildest
What is that
movie.
movie called? It's like the Gladiator or something.
Gladiator?
No, it was where they went to space.
Gladian?
I think, yeah.
They went
Well, they went to a planet which they knew they were gonna die, but they had to go to it with a ship.
It sounds sounds like something like Saving Private, like just going straight into the.
That sounds like Alien.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't Alien. It was
you
made up. It's an old movie.
Have
I
you
think.
seen the Alien and Predator series?
Yeah.
Both of you seen?
Yeah.
What did you think about? Any of you seen the latest one? The latest Alien movie?
What was it?
It's the
Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Romulus. Have you seen it? No.
Yeah, I've watched it. It's good. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's good. It's definitely a lot better than some of the bad side of films.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I thought the transformations, in a way, were. I don't know. It was kind of. I thought they were going to go in a completely different way rather than the more human side. You see, I'm more into the. You ever see the is it Aliens versus Predators?
Yeah.
Yeah, where the alien infects the predator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's cool because it has the combination. It's a combination of both. So even like what was it, the third Alien movie when Ripley?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ripley gets him no, isn't, yeah, has like an alien in her stomach and it gets taken out, and she ends up like merging with this thing and it becomes like a skin thing. It's crazy the way these creatures can
Or
really
even the wee
evolve.
movie Independence Day with aliens. Have you ever watched it?
Yeah. Alien Independence. Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I have watched that. That is a big American film.
Yeah. So thank you for talking about all these topics that we have talked through. And as we can see, our time is up, guys. So my name was Vic, and
My name's Kai.
My name's Daniel.
thank you for listening to our podcast.